Are we live? We're live, you guys. Hi. Welcome to, okay, yay. Oh my gosh. Okay. Yes. The last 30 minutes, YouTube, I went through this run around because usually I go live through YouTube. Hang on. Usually go live through YouTube and it wasn't working. For some reason, it would say webcam, and it wasn't letting me go live. So that's okay. We are here now. Let me make sure. And good morning. I see Mindset Matters is on here. When you're hopping on, comment where you're from. Say hello. Okay, cool. It's working. Oh my God, you guys. I'm so not a tech person. Let me close my blinds a little bit. Right, is that better? It's like a glare on my face. Oh, that's a little dark here. Here we go. There we go. Good morning, my loves. Comment and say hi, post a comment. Okay, now they're showing up. I think there's just a delay. So we are here. We are here. It's so good to see you guys this morning. Welcome, and that's me in the background, by the way, or there. It's a mirror. People ask me, is Drew in there or who's with you? I'm like, no, that's me. So welcome to day 2 of the challenge. Natalia, go ahead and post your question. That's fine. Or you could, we may get to it, which will be great. And I hope you guys are rocking it in the challenge, by the way, which is so neat to witness. It was so neat to witness. You guys journaling your hearts out and really getting present with what it is that you do want in your dream relationship. So the way my hair is soaking wet, it looks like I'm lactating. So Sarah, so if you completed yesterday's challenge, post a 1, and we're gonna start this day off, or by the end of this, video, or this live, I'm going to give you the winner from yesterday's challenge. She won the Date Smart Guide. Hello, everyone hopping on. Comment, say hi. So good to see you guys. Yeah, I get to learn to be more calm when tech stuff happens. Because I'm like, oh my gosh, Terry did it. Sophia, hello. She says, good morning, beautiful lady. So sweet. The cool thing about this streaming software, which I just had to figure out, is I can put your comments up here. Which is really neat. Good morning, Ivany. Oh, I love starting my day with you guys. Hi, Jane. Jane, you did some journaling yesterday, didn't you? Hi, Nicole. Everyone's saying good morning. So in today's challenge, oh, by the way, really quick, if you're hopping on this live stream and you're not already in the challenge, that's okay. We're gonna run plenty more challenges and you can still jump in and take part and do the exercises that I give you. And if you're watching and for some reason you didn't do yesterday's challenge, just do it. You can easily do day 1 and day 2 in one day because they literally combine together. You could knock them both out in like 40 minutes. So I believe in you ladies. And if you're not getting my emails for any reason, just go inside the Facebook group, which I just put the link in there, and request to join. Just copy and paste this link. And request to join, and I post the challenge details inside there every single day to make sure you are totally taken care of. Oh, yesterday's challenge is beautiful. Wasn't it so beautiful? I'm just going to go inside really quick and make sure that anyone who might be accidentally on the old live stream is able to, let's see if there's any questions. Yeah, it says we have viewers waiting. Let's see. Let's give them the right link. Go to this link. We are live. Okay. Okay, cool. Hello, everyone hopping on. So, had to go with it. Oh, wow. Wow. Okay, great. I love the questions that are already coming in. And I'm going to get to your questions. And before I do that, I just want to remind you ladies how to win the challenge. It's super simple. You go into the Facebook group and you post that you completed the day's challenge. So you go in there, you can post a picture, a selfie, anything. You say, I completed today's challenge, and then you're eligible to win. Caitlin, our brave lady coach who's in there, is helping me choose the winners, and it's super random. So the way that we do it, so we actually use like a number generator, and in order to be eligible, you get to go in there and post every day. Hello, everyone hopping on. And Jasmine said, I had to go within for 6 months and release all my toxic relationships and friendships. I'm finally ready to connect with others, though I don't have any present friends to ask. Okay, great. So she's referring to the challenge of today. Okay, and I'll help you with that, Jasmine. And the challenge of today is you are going to, if you didn't already read it, you are going to find 3 friends, or not find, but you're going to ask 3 friends to set you up on a blind date. And first and foremost, you're actually going to surrender to the desire to be in a relationship, to be with a conscious man, to be with a loving man, whatever that is for you. I want you to write that right now in the comments. Is it a loving man? Is it a generous man? Is it a conscious man? Is it a funny man? Is it a thoughtful man? I want you to just write down what it is that you want. And Sophie said, the letter writing was wonderful. It really made me feel like I was with my man and so in love already, experiencing the state of my wish fulfilled. So beautiful, her wish fulfilled. And that was yesterday's exercise, to write a letter to your man. So write down in the comments right now, what kind of man do you want to be in a relationship with? And you're going to surrender to this desire. And it doesn't mean that by having this desire, you're separating yourself from it. Because I know that the personal development and spiritual community can say, well, you have a desire, then you're basically saying that you lack it, right? I don't know if you guys have heard that before. I hear that all the time. And the reason that I'm having you guys create a surrender statement today prior to calling your friends is because we can surrender and just own, unapologetically own that it's something that we desire to experience. Because when we don't do that, what happens is we can sometimes protect and pretend that it's not something that we really want or isn't that important to us. And that will then show up in our behaviors that don't lead us to what it is that we want to experience, right? For example, the girl who surrenders to the desire to be with a man, it's not that she's over here like desperate and lonely and sad, right? She could be, but that's not going to support her, right? She's surrendering that it's something that she wants, but she's not trying to control the how, the when, right? She's just owning that it's something that's important to her. And I've seen this recently with one of my friends who's actually a guy who it's so obvious to me that what he wants is a committed, loving relationship. But there's something in him that's stopping him from truly owning that that's what he wants. So what's happening is he's protecting himself from having this out of whatever subconscious fears are at play. And he's entertaining relationships that are really not what he wants. So he's not allowing himself to have this. So if he were to surrender to, you know what, this is really important to me. This is what I want. And I'm not going to move from a lack of it. I'm going to own that it's something that's important to me. So I want you ladies to do that. And I'll help you, Jasmine, and for your questions that are coming up. And yeah, same, looks like Amy, Leslie, they can all relate to Jasmine questions, and Amelia's, where she said, I've tried asking friends, but no one wants to play matchmaker. It's so funny. So, and good morning, you guys. So, hello, everyone who's hopping on. Go ahead and comment where you're from. Good morning. So happy to spend the morning with you and support you in your love life to attracting your dream man. Everything that I'm giving you guys for free, that I'm teaching you, has worked for me, has worked for my students. I have students to this day who are in relationship from meeting their man during a challenge. It's like the coolest thing during the challenge. And no matter what, whether you meet him during this challenge or not, it's totally a possibility. Either way, these tools and these things that you're implementing and integrating and breaking through are all prepping you and supporting you in calling in the love of your life, okay? So surrendering. So I want to know what your guys' surrender statements are, if you have them or not, if you want to come up with them now. It's I surrender to the desire to blank. Like I surrender, I own that that's what I want. Because we don't fully own it, sometimes there can be like shame or judgment in wanting it, right? So then we don't fully own that it's what we want, and that shows up in our dating experience, that shows up as a settling, right? That shows up all over when it's like we're not living in alignment. And the more all of us women, including myself in different areas, in all areas of my life, can come into alignment and just be unapologetic and honest and surrender to, this is what I desire to experience, this is what I want. Talk about a liberation that happens. So I want you guys to come into that now, because as you come into that now, you're going to attract men who match that, and you're also not going to settle. Let me close my Slack out. There we go. I have an app open with my team. As you come into that, it's also going to allow for dating to be so freeing and so liberating, because you're choosing to date men who are a match for your deepest desires. And you're not dreading dating, right? We only dread dating and dread the experience when we think we're going to settle, or when we don't know how to say no, or if we don't trust ourselves to say no, or when we have not really a great vision for our love life and what it can be, okay? So I want to read your guys' comments. Chandra said, nice to meet you, Irina. That's cute. Or Leslie's saying hi to Irina. Chandra said, haha, one of my best friends told me she has a few guys she wanted to set me up with when I was ready. I guess I'll push myself out of my comfort zone. Yes, all of you. Okay, so then I want to speak, good job, Chandra, and I want to speak to the women right now who are like, I don't have any friends that want to set me up or want to play matchmaker. Okay, so this is what you're going to do before the end of this live. Here's the thing. I'm going to guess you guys are in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s. You're somewhere in there. And you have met thousands of people in your journey. You have met thousands of people in your journey. You probably have at least 100 contacts in your phone, right? I understand feeling like there's no one to call, or feeling like you don't have friends who can set you up. And I want to propose that it is just a block. Here's the block. The pen has been a block every live. I want to propose that it is just a block. And I know that it can seem so convincing, right? Maybe you've asked a friend and they said they don't know anyone, maybe, right? And I want to invite you into blowing this up and breaking through this right now. So each of you, Jasmine, Amelie, all of you ladies who have shared that you feel like you don't have a friend who can set you up, or you don't have any present friends, I want you to reach in there, and I want you to right now write a list of 5. Write a list of 5 people. It could be an aunt, okay? It could be an aunt's second cousin. It could be anyone. And it could be, and most likely, you're gonna feel uncomfortable calling them. Most likely, which is why this thing's here. This thing's here because over here is uncomfortable. But I'm here to challenge you. So there is no reason that any of you can't get on the phone with 3 people. I know it. So any reason is just this block. So we are here to challenge you, ladies. You got this. I know you can do this, and I know it can feel uncomfortable. Trust me, I've done it. I used to hate dating, you guys. Oh my gosh. And before hating dating, I never really dated. It was like a randomly meeting guy, like an actual date made me so nervous. So I want you to consider that as you're writing down these 5 people and you are calling them today, this is going to be amplified in your face. Because, yes, because Matt, I think I have a fear of letting go of control. I get you, girlfriend. Hi, honey. I always see her on Instagram, that beautiful face. So are you guys ready? Give me a 1 if you're scared, but you're going to do it. Give me a 1 if you're scared, but you are going to do it. Okay, let me see what Sophie said. She said, oh, I love this challenge. Oh, you said 2 things. What's the first one? Blind dates can feel scary, and it can feel scary to even put your friends in a position to ask someone if they want to go on a date with you. Okay, and this is also where you get to hold your friends high, and you get to trust that if they don't want to do it, they won't do it, right? And in this, we actually, let me get permission. Sophie, can I coach you? Can I coach you, honey? Let me know. Sophie, say yes or no if I can coach you or not. Okay, so many good questions, you guys. Oh my gosh, this is amazing. So also, I want to, while the questions are coming in, I want to remind you guys of the prizes that you can win. So I'm going to announce the winner of yesterday at the end of today's live. And then today, what you can win is a call with Chelsea Rose, who is a dear friend of mine / someone who has helped me numerous times in my relationship, in my dating experience. She was actually, you guys, so I, years ago, was in a terrible relationship. And it's the weirdest thing. None of my friends, only 2 of my close friends were like, you need to get out. Like, you need to leave. Then she was one of those people for me who's just like, Rebecca, you need to leave him. And that just describes her character. Like, she's such a dear, good friend / amazing coach. Her love life is one of the most beautiful stories. I actually want to ask her if I can bring her on and share it with you, so it'll make you cry and feel inspired. So what you can win today is a free call with her. The call is solely just to support you in your love life. It's for you to ask any questions and for her to support you. So it's a $300 plus value easily, because it's 30 minutes with her. So that's what you can win today. And all you have to do is go post in the group that you did the challenge of the day and you're eligible to win. So Sophie said, yes, I can coach her. So I want to coach Sophie right now. And I want you guys to all pay attention to this, because I think it will serve many of us. Because if any of you guys are like me and like Sophie, then you're going to like this. So she said, blind dates can feel scary. And it can feel scary to even put your friends in a position to ask someone if they want to go on a date with you. So there's actually codependency happening in this statement right now. And the only reason that I can see that is because I'm a recovering codependent. And I don't know if any of you guys have dealt with parents with addiction or had addiction in your life, or even emotional codependency, all of it. We go deep in my Manifest Your Evolved Man course, you guys. I go deep on healing this stuff because it shows up in such different ways that impact our relationships, our friendships. And it's something that I've been blessed to move beyond and consistently work on. And that is when we are taking on feelings and projecting feelings and experiences that may not actually exist, but we do it because at some age in our childhood, we had to in order to stay safe, right? In order to not rock the boat, in order to survive, right? Because if you had, say, a parent or anyone that would, had a temper or was just super unpredictable, you learn to sense everything. Like you just become this like, okay, let me sense my environment to make sure I'm safe. And then that can actually show up in not wanting to make friends uncomfortable. And I'm not saying this is exactly what's going on for you, Sophie. I'm just giving an overall example, right? So, she is spot on. Good, right? He's talking in third person. So you just want to notice, if any of you guys can relate to this, notice when you are already deciding for a friend or for anyone, how they may respond to something. So you tiptoe or you eggshell, and you're never fully really expressing or being who you want to be. So I want to invite you, all of you, to allow yourself to sit in that discomfort. Like, ask a friend. Sophie, I want you to ask this friend in particular, anyone who scares you the most, and just trust that they will say no if they don't want to, right? Just trust, and then know that when we do it, sometimes there's feelings that come up, and just be with them. You're not gonna die. You're actually gonna feel really free. Okay, so wonderful. Let's see what Rebecca said. I'm so excited to do the challenge. I'm very grateful to thank you for opening a platform to empower women. And taking control of your dating life. Absolutely, girlfriend. You are the chooser. All of you guys are the chooser. You're not the bystanders. You're the choosers. And that's what you're doing today. So by you doing today's challenge, by you showing up and you recalling those 3 friends, there's no reason that you don't have 3 people you can call on the phone with. Right? You can do this. I believe in you. I know that this might come up and might tell you, no, don't. Right? I want you to feel nervous. I want you to feel scared, and I want you to do it anyways. So, right, we don't, this one coach who I follow, her name's Amanda Francis. One thing that she says that I really like is, you don't wait for the fear to clear to do it. You do it to clear the fear. So it's not about waiting for it to be easier, waiting to have different friends in your life to call, right? That's what you've been doing. So we're going to not do that anymore. You're going to be the chooser, and all you're saying is, I'm ready for a great man. Who can you set me up on a blind date with? You've got this. And I also recommend after you call all 3 friends, journal your heart out. Like, what were the thoughts that came up? You're gonna just see so much unfold, because what's happening is this block that's maybe stopped you from calling your friends has been in the space. It's already been in the space. It's been in your field. And by me empowering you to be the chooser in your love life and your dating life and to show up and be on the market, this is just being amplified. This all of a sudden isn't just showing up. It's no, this has been here stopping you from really putting yourself out there. Now I'm challenging you, and this is being amplified, right? So we can let it, so you have 2 choices. You can let it choose for you, decide you don't have friends you can call, or kind of text it and not call them, or be like half-ass it, right? Or you can bust through this and just get this liberation of energy that's gonna move through you. I guarantee it, okay? Can you say, Hedel, what is it that you want me to say again, hon? And there will be a replay of this, by the way, as well. Good job. Jane said, I already asked 2 friends. Go, Jane. You guys, everyone, let's tell Jane, great job. And all of you, even if you haven't done it yet, you've got this. Let's cheer each other on. That's what the brave ladies, brave sisters are all about. We're here to support and cheer each other on and move through these things, okay? We all have these things. I have blocks. I still do, right? I've been doing this for forever, and then it shows up in different ways when I go to do new things and try to expand and create more than I'm used to. Julie said, let's see what she said. Trust that they will say no. Yes, what we were just saying. Trust that they will say no. If they don't, you're not going to die. So true. Yay, Sophie said. Thank you so much. Yes, I'm so excited because this is major self-esteem and worthiness wound healing. Absolutely. Absolutely. Emily said, when I saw the email saying the challenge, I was like, no, but now I'm super stoked and know exactly who I'm going to ask. Yay! Emily, good job. I'm so proud of you guys. I'm so proud of you guys. When I was reading the, going through yesterday, reading all your guys' journal things, I was just getting teary-eyed. And I'm like, I'm so proud of you, ladies. Like, I really am so proud of you. Like, I'm so, so proud of you. Because I know that some of you watching this have, I mean, maybe you didn't have examples of what a beautiful love life looks like, right? Or maybe you've been cheated on. Maybe you've had heartbreak, and so I know the work. I know that the courage and the commitment that it takes to show up and do this work. And I just want to say, from the bottom of my heart, I'm so proud of you, ladies. And I know that as we do this work, as you heal your heart, and as you're open to love, right? And you're open to just experiencing, giving, receiving love, that there's a collective there, you impact the collective when you do that. So I always share, I'm like, I love work, and I love helping women open their hearts and meet conscious men and live in a conscious, loving relationship. And the love that's animated when we do that, this work is so much bigger than that. In terms of what we do collectively when we choose to heal and we choose to, look at, become aware of our wounds, or become aware of the separateness or the illusions that we can see, and we choose love, we choose selflessness, we choose openness. So that's my hidden agenda. Let's create a more loving planet, and we can all source that. Each Keely, Amy, Jamie, or Jane, sorry, Tanja, Cassinet, all of you guys on here, like you aren't exempt from that. And each time you choose love, and you choose to be open, and you choose to give and receive, and open that portal, open that flow, and to allow it to go through. Because here's the thing: there's this loving energy that wants to expand. It wants to expand, and it's looking for a place to expand. The divine is always wanting to meet you. And it's about us stopping and getting present and allowing it through. And the ego can be so tricky, right? This thing. And I'm just here to support you in breaking through this. That's all. So thank you for trusting me and for being here. Jane said, thanks, ladies. Everyone's cheering you on, Jane. Okay, so Tanja says, yeah, Kizanette says, we got this. We're getting comfortable with the uncomfortable. Yes, look at that beautiful face. Hi, honey. I always see you on Instagram. I love seeing you on there. You guys can also follow me on Instagram if you aren't already. I'm always posting a bunch of free content on there. Can you hear them out there? They're filming today. So I actually got myself a really cute Airbnb for the week, just so because there's so many people. It's like a whole production crew at my house right now. Okay, so let's help Tanja. She says, Oh, and she says, I'm uncomfortable to do that because I'm way too picky because I know what I deserve and I'm scared it won't work out. Oh, I hear you, hon. Thank you for sharing that. And a lot of times, look at Jonah. He's crying at the door. He wants to go hang out. Should we let him out really quick? Let's let him out. He's crying because there's people arriving. Here comes Jonah. Okay. So this is great. It's great that you're showing up, Tanja, because this is actually a huge common reason why people don't date and they don't put themselves out there. Because sometimes there's this unconscious fear of, what if I actually put myself out there and it doesn't work? Then I will really have to sit with the fact or the belief that I am damaged or I am broken or I am not lovable or it can't work for me. And then I'm really alone forever, right? So it's that fear of being alone, that fear of not being lovable that's driving the behavior to not put yourself out there. That's then actually the cause of keeping you alone or single. Isn't that crazy? So we're looking to protect ourselves from something, but by fearing it and trying to protect ourselves from something, we're actually creating the very thing we don't want. Right? So I hear you. So what I want you to do, Tanja, and anyone who can relate to this, is what I want you to do is write out, what if it did work? What would that be like? And I want you to journal on that. What if it did work? What would that be like? And what's happening is we're creating new pathways. We're opening up new pathways in your brain to then start to create the vision of what you do want. And I know that when we focus on what we don't want for the longest time, it's like a neural pathway of, it's like neural pathways are like highways. They're cleared. We're like, good, they're clear. And then when I'm like, what do you want? I'm asking you to go through a jungle, right? Because this pathway isn't as clear because you've been so good at focusing on what you don't want, what you're afraid of. So this is going to take willpower, it's going to take effort, and you can do it. Anyone can do it. The only reason we couldn't do it is by choosing not to. So what would it be like if it did work out? I want you to focus on everything you do want, Tanja. That's my extra homework assignment for you and anyone else that can relate to her. What are some ways we can? Okay, so Irene says, what are some ways we could ask our friends to set us up? So that is what you guys are doing, which is today's challenge, which you're just saying, I'm ready for a great man or an available man or my king, or I'm ready for my knight in shining armor, whatever you want to say. Who can you set me up with? That's it. Okay, that's all you do. Now focusing on the how, the ways, that's not your job, right? That's trying to take more control. Okay, so she says, I've always put myself out there many times and I've always been rejected. I don't know if I have built up enough or myself up enough to do it again. Okay, I totally hear you. And you guys, what's really cool is that dating, right? Dating is we're essentially inviting in rejection. That's why a lot of people don't date, is because they're terrified of rejection. But dating is just a sorting game. We're figuring out, does this person work for me? Does this person work for me? Right? And going, does this person work for me? Like that's what's happening, right? Is this is dating is a sorting game, and you're not gonna fit every pot. There's not gonna be a lid for every pot, and there shouldn't be. That'd be so boring, right? So I would make a commitment, right? Like, why is it important to me to date? Really ground yourself in your why for your love life, your vision, what you want to experience. And then instead of being afraid of getting rejection, I would invite it. And so, you know what? When that happens and these feelings come up, I'm actually going to sit with them and breathe through them and notice the sensations of my body rather than being afraid and trying to avoid that, because the sensations are already there, right? We're just disturbing the energy. Okay, so I would create a new relationship with rejection. And then but that's going to take the choice and the commitment, right? Okay, she says, thank you. There, Irene says, thank you. Let me see here. Okay, cool. Okay, this one. You guys, by the way, everyone hopping on, if you haven't commented yet, say hello, let us know where you're from. We see this all the time where we have ladies who are in the same city. They meet up, they become besties because they're all about conscious development or growing together. So comment where you're from. If you're just hopping on, welcome. So good to see you guys here. So good to see you guys here. So let me see here. Oh, you know what? Hang on one second. Oh, weird. It's telling them that the video is unavailable. Uh-oh. Let me see here. So I'm just trying to support the ladies who haven't been able to get on, and they're not getting the link. Will you guys, let's see, you can have one person do this. Hang on here. Well, we'll just have to give them the link later. YouTube difficulties. Hello from London, from India. Hi, everyone. So let's see who, oh, here we go. Carolina said that this one, for me, is more being made fun of, feeling silly, and having my friends laugh at me. That's what I'm journeying as challenges. Okay, I totally get it. Because as women especially, we want to, our number one value, our number one common value is community. Right? We value community and friendship, well, like relationships as women, and men value accomplishment, right? Accomplishment. So there's been so many studies that show this, and when women are on the playground, we want to be a part of the tribe. We want to be a part of the girls, right? That's important. For men, it's look what I did, and the other little boy will be like, I went this far, and they'll be like, I did this far, and they're trying to always one up each other, and we're over here like, I want to be a part of the circle, right? So for us for the fear of being made fun of or talked bad about or anything, it's simply the fear of betrayal and the fear of being left out, right? Which is ancestral, which is what we can call the jungle mentality. And even though, let's just say you were made fun of, right? Say someone did laugh. Are you going to die? Right? Are you going to be left out? And the reason that the being left out can still drive harm behaviors today is because way back when, if you were left out of a tribe or of the circle, you would literally die, right? Because you couldn't survive on your own. So what's interesting is even though you're not going to die, you're going to be safe, you're going to be fine, right? It's 2021. This can still be running the behaviors. So Carolina, what opens up for you when you're okay with being made fun of? And here's the thing, most likely your friends are not going to make fun of you, but even if they did, I want to empower you so much that you avoiding them making fun of you or laughing at you you're not allowing that to choose your behaviors, you know? And I can guarantee some will be inspired by this. And this is where you get to, all of you really get to be source of what you want in your life. So you're taking inspired action. I totally get, I've had, in growing, I've had people who, certain friends who don't want to really celebrate it, and I just get to be okay with that, right? And it wasn't always easy, but breaking out of that. So my question for you, love, is what opens up for you, Carolina, when you're okay with being made fun of? And that's this thing for you, right? We're talking about this block. So this is an opportunity for you to bust through that and to stand confidently in what you want, and come back to your vision that you did yesterday. Come back to your love letters, you guys. Like that's why we're doing this. So a part of experiencing that love that you all described is putting yourself out there, is being open, is being available. Okay? So you get to be the person who's choosing the behaviors that are aligned with that. Okay, let's see. Natalia has a bunch of questions. So she says, I'm trying to say again. Read these. Okay, yeah. So I'm 23 years old. Guys mostly see me in attractive and comment women, so I assume I have at least experience. So they assume I have at least some experience with intimacy, but I don't have any. And then you said I feel kind of ashamed. I would say I know it isn't something to be ashamed of, but I feel left behind. I totally hear you, hon. My phone's going off. I shouldn't say. So I have the mindset resilience sends me guys that only want hookups for friends with benefits. So I have this problem anymore. So I won't have my problem anymore, which isn't exactly what I wanted. I know I want true love. That's why I didn't lose it to any guy before. Any advice for my situation or how to change mindset so I won't manifest guys who aren't serious. Got it. Okay. So there's two things going on. One is, it sounds like there's a fear of men not knowing that you have experience with physical intimacy, and it sounds like there's some judgment around that. I would own that right? So what I would do, Natalia, is I would, on your next date or whoever you're with, I would just own it. If for some reason it comes in conversation, or maybe share it with a friend or someone who you've been embarrassed to share it with, I would just own it, because whenever there's shame, there's secrecy, right? And the way to cut the shame by its knees, to take its power back, is to share it with another human and bring it out of secrecy. Okay? So I would do that first off. Natalia, I want you to do that today. That's one of your homework assignments. And then secondly, I would, with the men who aren't serious, yeah, it sounds like there's this belief in the space that you're only available for men who only want hookups, or men who are serious. I would decide what it is, a type of relationship that you want, right? The committed, the man who's emotionally and available on multiple different levels, and choose to be a match for that, right? And choose to be open to that. And so if there's a pattern of men who are constantly just wanting to be with us solely physically, sometimes it's in our field that's what we're available for. And and I've done this, right? And the reason that's in our field and that's what we're available for is because we personally are actually scared of emotional intimacy, right? And so we can, then what happens is we can lead and kind of hint and flirt around the physical intimacy part, which then the men sense and they play with that, right? So I don't know if that's the case for you, but this is why identifying patterns is so super helpful. So I hope that helps you, Natalia. And if you have any other questions come up, go ahead and comment them below. And, you know, when I'm sharing with you guys and I'm talking about, you know, really decide on what it is that you do want, what you want to be available for. And these blocks are coming up. And you guys are busting through this. And if you want to continue to bust through this and go deeper, in my Manifest Your Evolve Man course, if you guys already have it, do module 4. Module 4 is one of the most life-changing processes that I've ever done. And it helps you continue to identify and remove these so you are open and available for the loving, trusting, committed man. And when I started doing that exercise, module 4, I just wanted to go to the peanut butter jar. So I'm like, this is so uncomfortable. And I would just spoon eat peanut butter. But when the more I stopped and I got present with it and I would feel it and heal it, it was the most powerful thing. It's what has supported me in creating the relationship I have today, and so many of the women that I support and work with. Natalia says, thank you so much. I'm going to change my mindset to be confident about that. Thank you. You are welcome, hon. There's just so many good questions. So you guys, comment a 2 if you are committed to doing your challenge today. Put a 2. It is your declaration. You're going to do your surrender statement, and you are also going to go out and you're going to ask the men. You're going to ask your friends, or you're going to tell your friends you're ready to go out. Shannon says 2. So many good questions, you guys. Oh my gosh. And someone asked me what I thought about dating apps. 1/3 of marriages today come from online dating. 1/3. Isn't that cool? So it's not weird when it's normal, you know, it's 2021. It's not weird at all. There's great men online. So many clients and students who have met wonderful men online who they experience wonderful relationships with. I know so many marriages that have come from online, including my grandma. Sophie asked, oh, look at all these 2s. I'm so proud of you guys. Let me see. I'm going to answer your question, Sophie. And then let me just shout you guys out. Shannon, Natalia, Emily, Amy, Julie, Irina, Keely, Nicole, Irony, Creative Moments, Amelia. Okay, this is amazing. Everyone, and we have so many people live right now. If you haven't already put a 2 and you haven't declared, come declare it now. Put a 2. You are committed to breaking through this challenge. You're committed to reaching out to your friends and just letting them know that you're open and available, and you want to, and asking who they can set you up on a blind date with. Because this is you being the woman who is helping him discover you, because he is already out there. He's out there, he's looking for you, he's ready to meet you, he's ready to court you, and you gotta raise your hand. You gotta say, hey, I'm open, I'm here, I'm ready, right? That's all that we're doing in this exercise. This is where we're allowing you to become that person, and anything that stopped you from becoming her, we're busting through that today. Okay, sister? Sophie said, Rebecca, do you think it should be close friends or can it be a colleague that we trust and think would be open to the idea? Repeat, question mark. Okay, it can totally be a colleague. I think that's great. Someone that you trust, someone who you know would be as an acquaintance, perfect, right? It doesn't have to be a close friend. Look at, because Annette said 2, Leslie said 2. Wow. Yeah, better men I found on Tinder, ironically, because of COVID. Yeah, online dating apps saw like a 35% increase. And I also teach women in my Unlock Devotion course how to go from online dating to the phone to a virtual date. And I give you the exact phrases to help. I would be receptive. This is awesome. Yeah, cool. Look, you can be inspired by Sophie. That's a great idea. I went through my phone and identified a bunch of people who are acquaintances, more than friends, but felt they would be receptive to my optimism and confidence. So thought to ask them. That is wonderful. Everyone can do that. Amazing. This is so good. Okay, so Natalia said, how do you have a proper date in person when many people are around me have COVID, so my friends don't even have someone to set me up with? So this is where a virtual date comes in. You can share, I would love to, who can you set me up on a virtual blind date with? Because there's plenty of men sitting at home on a Friday night, maybe watching Aquaman or who knows, and you can do a virtual date. You can do a Zoom date. There's so many great relationships that are being built virtually. So you can even suggest that when you call your friends. Oh, I love it. Thank you, Sophie. So good, you guys. Okay, this is amazing. I'm so proud of you guys. You got this. Go make sure that you post in the group and you support and you cheer each other on. Whenever this fear comes up, remember, do it to clear the fear. Don't wait for the fear to go away. And remember your vision. Remember the love letter you wrote to your man. This is a way. This is simply, we're just doing it for it to be a means in itself. It's not a means to an end. It's not, I'm going to do this, and then I hope it works out, and that she's able to set me up with a guy. It's no, we are doing this because this is now who we are being. We are being the person who's source of an amazing dating life, and we're excited. So this excited energy, when we tell our girlfriends and we let it go. We just let it go. We let it go. We let it go. We let it go. Then we continue to go about our day and build a life that we're wildly in love with. And the energy of us saying we're open and available to our girlfriends gets to carry over into other areas of our life, which is how he comes in. You're simply just casting a wide net of I'm open. You're sprinkling your magic dust. And that's how he shows up. It's really simple. The only thing that makes it hard is this, when you're busting through this today. Okay? So I love you ladies so much, so much. And I will see you tomorrow at the same time. You've got this. Go in the group and post. And you guys have the most amazing day. Mwah!